Welcome friends to the first of a new series I'm going to be doing on the channel. Each month I will be doing a showcase of 1, 2, or even 3 mods that are new and stand out for what they add to the game. These will be mods for games I'm currently playing or have played in the past. So without delaying any more, let's dive on in to the first
monthly Mod Meltdown.
So it can only be expected that the first game I showcase a mod for is Subnautica. After all, that is a game I am known for, and especially known for modding a lot. The mod I'm going to show you today is the Performance Booster mod, named because it is meant to boost game performance obviously. There will be a link in the description below for the mod page if you are interested in downloading it. So for those of you PC players playing this on either Steam or Epic and you want to know how to mod the game, I do have a video on my channel just for you showing you how to do that, and there is a link in the description below to the video. And of course, before trying out any new mod, it is a good idea to go ahead and make a backup of your game save. Some games, of course, use cloud-based backups, but I still feel it's better if you make your own local copy. This means, in terms of Steam games, for example, having to find the right folder and make a backup of the game save. And for those of you who don't feel so techy, I suggest checking out GameSave Manager. This is a free program, though donations are certainly welcome, and it supports a very long list of games, allowing you to easily back up, restore, and even transfer your game saves to another system. The Performance Booster mod is described as making an adjustment to Subnautica, forcing the game to only use 3 physical CPU cores to boost high-low performance by about 80%. This is done because of how Subnautica and other Unity-based games perform on CPUs with hyperthreading or SMT. The mod also makes adjustments to how far away objects are rendered in the game relative to the player, because by default, Subnautica renders objects pretty far away from the player. This mod tweaks various render distances to improve performance, but at the cost of you needing to get closer for some things to appear. But enough about that. I'm sure most people just want to know, how well does it work? While I am running a higher end system, your results may be better, dependent on the CPU and GPU combination you are using. Based on my results, I expect systems with a weaker configuration to see a more notable improvement. First up, I have a brand new creative game with no mods installed. Even at max graphics settings with Filmic enabled, I am getting a good smooth frame rate. Now I have installed the Performance Booster mod with the same graphic settings in a brand new creative save. The frame rate is still good and does seem a little higher at some points, but overall I am not seeing any major change. Now let's look at a standard game like most players will have. Once again, this first video is with no mods installed. There is a good frame rate, but it is lower than the brand new game as there are more objects to be rendered. So what about with the Performance Booster mod? Again, there is a good range to how the FPS is changing, but with the mod installed, I'm seeing a little bit higher frame rate at times. There is an improvement, but not enough to go crazy about it. So let's kick it up a notch with what the game has to handle. This is a base from one of my previous survival series, and this location is a good test because of the large amount of plants and solar panels. As you can see, my frame rate has dropped massively. It is also noticeably choppy when running at maximum graphics settings. Now with the Performance Booster mod installed, the frame rate is still really low, but it does seem to be running smoother. I thought it might be a placebo effect from expecting there to be a difference, but comparing the two videos, it shows that the mod is making a difference in how well the game is running. One final test is, of course, how well does this work with other mods. So here is the big base build for my Season 1 of modded live streams. Again, the frame rate is low due to the large number of objects being rendered. What's surprising is that the frame rate is consistent with the non-modded big base, showing that adding a lot of mods doesn't mean slowing down the game necessarily. It really all comes back to the number of objects being rendered. So with the Performance Booster mod added, I still have the lower frame rate, but again the movement feels a bit smoother. Overall, I didn't see any massive change on my system from the Performance Booster mod, but I also didn't encounter any issues from using it either, outside, of course, the reduced render distance with certain elements like the Aurora. Again, I think that PCs with lower specs will benefit more from this mod than mine did, and it also goes back to what graphics options you choose and how you build in the game. I'm sure lowering their graphics settings down would allow for a bigger improvement, as the Performance Booster mod focuses on the CPU usage and not the GPU. Again, there is a link below if you're interested in checking the mod out. Just make sure you back up your game saves first.